So I actually got into cybersecurity when I was about 14 years old. I'd gravitated towards a computer very strongly and started kind of playing around in online forums in the early days of what is now the internet, kind of talking to developers and constantly asking the question, why? Why does a computer behave that way? Why does a program work that way? Just ripping things apart. Much to the bane of anyone else that wanted to use our constantly ripped apart dysfunctional computer. And that really laid the foundations of what was my cybersecurity career, later moving on into building endpoint security capabilities, antivirus and firewalls, and even now helping a large array of celebrities secure their phones. A lot of people really have this opinion that cybercriminals aren't interested in them. Like, why me? I'm not a millionaire, I'm not a CEO of a company with thousands of employees. The truth is, the cybercriminals don't really care who you are. It's not personal. They're opportunistic. They're out attacking hundreds of thousands of users and computers every day and hoping that 1% of people, if not more, fall victim. I remember in the early days of my cybersecurity career, one of the big things that all us security professionals complained about was the fact that we were sitting in the deep dark corners of IT somewhere and no one would pay any attention to us. We couldn't get boards to pay attention to our security recommendations, and we couldn't get the public to listen to our password advice. I know us security professionals are always banging on about passwords, but it is actually important. And I remember this transition point where all of a sudden there was this huge increase in media coverage of cybersecurity. And almost overnight, we were flung from those deep, dark corners in IT to headlines, 2, 3, 4 major breaches a week, almost to the point now where I think people are slightly disillusioned with the amount of cybersecurity coverage. They feel like they can't win. If you have a bank account, if you have a credit card, even if you don't have those things and just have an email and password, you are worth attacking for the cybercriminals. For me, the single most important thing about cybersecurity is getting people to care. It's not hard to make a huge difference to security. If we get people interested and engaged, we can make life so much harder for cybercriminals. Effectively engaging an audience in cybersecurity awareness and education is about 3 things. Education, show them how the hackers do it, that it's real. Make sure it's relevant, demonstrate to them what they can do to keep themselves safe online, which so happens to help the business as well. And last but not least, entertainment. Show them the interesting world of cybercriminals stealing hundreds of millions online and incite their interest to thwart those cybercriminals.